All right, let's call the meeting to order. Good morning, everyone. Our custom, we usually go around and introduce ourselves. We'll start here at the table, and then let's start over here somewhere. Once we get through the table. Tyrone Nelson, I represent Wyco County.
Bonnie Ashley, General Counsel.
Barb Smith, Chesterfield.
Helen Robertson.
Lincoln Saunders, Richmond City.
Dan Schmidt in Wyco County.
Jim Engel, Chesterfield County.
Dave Anderson, Chesterfield County.
Cheryl Adams, GRTC CDO.
Andres Addison, Richmond City.
Jan Smith, GRTC.
GRTC. GRTC.
And Lance, NRBA.
Rachel Dickerson, GRTC. Tony Thompson, GRTC. Monica Carr, GRTC.
Tony Berry, Richmond.
That's everyone, I think. All right. Do we have anyone here for public comments? Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Board, my name is Mark Schauer. I represent ATU 1220. I'm here to address several issues concerning National Express, also known as RideFinders, that the Crowd Transit provides for GRTC. I have filed several unfiled labor practice charges against them because they continue to violate the collective bargaining agreement, undermining the rights and interests of employees. They also have ongoing issues with payroll, resulting in employees not receiving the proper pay. This is unacceptable and demoralizing. Also, management confusion. We value management teams uncertain about whom to contact about resolving these issues. I know GRTC paid over $6, $7, $8 for the service, but their checks are clear, while our employees' checks ain't. My question to the board: how long will we allow our employees and customers to suffer at the hands of RideFinders? It is imperative that we address these issues properly and ensure that our employees are treated fairly and our customers receive the quality they deserve. And we need to stop looking at these for-profit companies that operate our service. Thank you for your attention.
All right. Thank you, sir. Anyone else? All right. Approval of the November 19th, 2024 board meeting minutes. I think we got them a couple days ago. Any questions or comments, concerns about them? If not, can we get a motion from the floor to receive the minutes?
So moved.
All right, motion been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Consent agenda. Additional funding for the focal point advertising contract, support vehicles, Gilling bus parts, paratransit vehicles, onboard camera equipment, change requests, enterprise resource planning, paratransit service study, and contract modification. All of that is on the consent agenda, correct? All right, anybody have any questions? And if they do, ask them so that we can get staff to respond. All right, seeing and hearing none. Is there a motion?
Consent agenda.
Second. All right, motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, operation updates. Kevin in front.
Mr. Chairman, and members of the board, providing the operations performance report for the month of November. So starting with the transportation department, very stable from last month. We do have 25 trainees right now in our training program. That is an increase of 19 from the 19 last month. We'll also be reviewing our goal, which was 325 for the past year. We'll be looking at that for next year, January. So align with our current service needs, and also just with our attrition, our absenteeism. And over to micro transit, we're also remaining pretty stable. One thing I want to highlight is our on-time micro transit, which is defined as a 20-minute or less wait time. For the month of November, that was 82%. So it's something we'll track.
What's your target?
80%.
80% better.
Our safety and security department, looking at our fixed route waterway events, we're still happy to report we're pretty stable with 38 bringing on over the last 4 months. That's compared to last year. Micro transit, we would see a slight increase, 2 events last month, which is still around the same average between 1 and 2 events. Our paratransit service did have a 12-month peak, unfortunately, of 10 events. As GRTC is currently onboarding a lot of operators,
Say that again now.
There's an attribution of the increase in their accidents on paratransit side. Peak of 10. They have a lot of the operators that have joined the ranks, which is something that we track where we onboard a lot of the operators. An increase, unfortunately, of accidents due to them handling the vehicles for the first time. Within our security department, we had 0 physical assaults, which is always great. We did have 1 verbal reported on our fixed route. We're continuing to hire for our safety ambassadors, continue to do our research, we're continuing to coordinate with our local resources, including BCU and RPD, for our training for our safety ambassadors. We're looking to launch the program late winter, early spring. We're also currently onboarding our public safety officers, which that program should have a soft launch mid-winter. For customer service, we did see an increase in our reported complaints for our fixed route service, and staff has attributed this to 2 things. So November was the first full month of our new schedules. And when that happens, we do have operator familiarity with their shifts. There's also rider confusion with the new schedules. Additionally, we did have, this is the start of the holiday season, so we have an influx of requests for time off as well. So, see highlighted here, we had a 13 no-show complaints, which is people aren't showing up, and sometimes we have to miss those trips. So that's the increase you see there from October 1. Paratransit, we actually saw a decrease in complaints from 16 to 11, and it was actually lower than last year. Then micro transit remains pretty average with about 1. Quarter of November, we had 5 accommodations received. We'll go to our fleet maintenance department. We're continuing to meet our 80% or better goal of our preventive maintenance. We also are happy to see our increased miles between road calls, and that's just reflects great work for our maintenance team to keep the fleet reliable across the entire system. Facilities had a 94% completion rate of the work orders. We had 52 completed, had a 55 created for the month. Just to highlight some recent events, on the 9th, we had a grand opening of our fitness center. Here, it's already getting a lot of use. A lot of use. So it's great to see that. And then we also participated in the Dominion Energy fabulous time. I would just like to add, coming from the north, just being in this parade myself and seeing the community actually support the transit system, very refreshing. Very
Questions? Yes.
The question is, just out of my ignorance, noticed that there was I think 3 rear end collisions, and it got me thinking about like my own personal car. I've got this sensing device. As cars get smarter, they detect and warn and all of that. Are our vehicles in the fleet keeping up with that? Is that an industry thing? So apparently not. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Curious.
Okay. Any other questions, colleagues? All right, thanks, sir.
Morning, Mr. Chair.
Good morning.
Sharing with you a high-level overview of the ridership performance in our system. So we will get a chance to talk about a few of the key things about performance that we'll highlight and then conclude with micro trends. So starting with the fixed route. For the month of November, the ridership for all the local routes, the GRT, and then the express was recorded as 990. Comparing with the performance last month, represents 11% decrease in ridership. Year over year, it's almost about a 22%. This is a seasonal trend that you see on this. It's not during the Thanksgiving period. Additionally to this, it's also the fact that the month had 3 less operating days compared to that of these 3 less is all weekdays. Weekdays are when we have the highest. So breaking it down, the local routes recorded ridership of 820,000, which is an 11% decrease. Right. Year over year, this is a 22%. The BRT recorded almost about 15% decrease month over month, but year over year, it's almost about 25%. For the express, that recorded almost about 20% but year over year, it's in the 9. Then also, just to talk a little bit about the specialized service, which is that recorded 25,434 credits month over month. Year over year, it's almost 14%. Microtransit, so an increase in ridership of 5%. So overall, on the system, we recorded ridership of 1,031,880, which represents almost 12%. But looking at it from a yearly perspective. So if we remember, last month I talked about the October service change and changes changes on these routes just to report back on them. We made changes to 4 routes and 1 micro. Those are the routes that you see. So for Route 1, just to refresh your memory a little bit, Route 1, we extended service to VCC that provides service after Route 1A. We changed the headway to 30 minutes all day, Monday through Saturday. For the 7th, we decreased the headway from 60 minutes to 30 minutes. Pretty much doubling the service on that. But the 70 and 70 share, they share the same trunk. So that means that with a 30-minute service on each leg, the trunk has a 15-minute service. And then the I think we added a Saturday service. So this is a comparison of the routes that we made changes on for the month of November comparing it to September. The reason we're not comparing to October is the fact that October has ridership from 2 separate June booking, and then so we feel like from a more sensible standpoint, and September gives you the chance to do more like before and after scenario. So the Route 1A, with all the changes on it, currently so a decrease of 0.1%. The Route 1 saw a 3% increase in ridership. Route 7A saw a 19% increase. Then going forward, we'll continue to monitor these routes and see what if there are anything that we So let's talk a little bit about microtrans. As we all know, currently running 5 zones. Ashland for the month of November. So during the month of sorry, I said Ashland saw about 5% decrease in ridership. Sampson ridership went up by almost about 21%. Cloverdale, the ridership on there went up by, it went up by 4%. And Carlton saw so this ends my
Rick, I had a question about 1A, September, November comparison.
Right.
So September was before the extension to Virginia Center Commons,
Right.
and then November was after that extension.
Mm-hmm.
But the ridership went down.
Yeah, and it also, talked about the fact that we were seeing this. So I think we just want
Was it just the number of days in the month?
In the holiday.
and then the Thanksgiving holidays that we saw. That is the seasonal thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether average daily ridership would be a better comparison than monthly, since the days of the month.
That would be. Yeah, something that we
Okay, thanks.
Can you add the average next time you present? Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Members of the board, on page 42, in the package, you'll see the October financial.
Get close.
We're going to talk about page 43, which is the key highlights. So for the 4 months ending October 31st, on the revenue side, revenues are favorable, about $460,000 on the budget of $31 million. As you recall from the prior briefing in September, they're slightly unfavorable, and this is unfavorable state funds due to the timing of their unfavorable state funds of about $1 million. They're due to the time of the VDOT reimbursement for Route 787B, which is offset by favorable federal funds under the timing grant project versus budget assumption, as well as the favorable local share. During the first 4 months, we had for the PM Flex, we had the cost of contracting, the PM for rather high months, so that contributes to more share. Kind of a different skew than what was on the budget assumption. The state is slightly unfavorable as we have extensions on Route 1, 19, and 7A and 7B. We're in the process of working with the state for the invoicing for the 7A and B, so that will be caught up probably. Also, as you recall, in the local portion of the GRTC fund balance, the budgetary assumption that the local trip match of the $1 million was going to be more next year. That impact that's being overcome about $347,000. On the operating expense side, we're below budget by about $3.77 million. Of note, as you saw as Kevin's briefing, staff so far favorable labor variance is shrinking. Through the 4 months, it's about $550,000. That's primarily in the day section. But no concerns there. We also have $2.2 million contributions from the planning. That's due to the timing of our consultancy projects that are grant funded. We're also favorable in materials and services. This is more of a function that as we buy our inventory, our bus parts and stuff that goes in inventory, and then it gets expensed when it is put in the vehicle. So that's kind of timing. Maybe it's gratuitous. We don't have as much parts that are needed. No concerns there. Also, favorable insurance premium of $260,000. That's sort of due looking at the self-insured provision where we added 6 month interval, so we'll be collecting this offset. Certainly, we are starting up here utilities $30,000. And on the purchase transportation, about $390,000. Payroll, that's due to the higher demand for GRTC care and care on demand programs. And that's the trend we've been seeing. Right now, at the point of this, through the 4 months, there's a surplus of approximately $5.5 million, and we have a pretty strong position of 8.8. That's kind of the high-level view of October year-to-date. So the full slide package, if there's any questions, I'll take those and I'll address those.
Are there any questions, sir? So thank you. All right, Cheryl, do you have anything?
Just briefly, I'm not sure how many of you noticed when you came in that our receptionist desk was decorated. Miss Jackie is retiring. Her last day is Friday, so if you get a chance on your way out, please wish her well. We're happy for her, sad for us, but. The other thing, of course, our employees of the month, we do have one present. This is Fletcher Frazier. Stand up. Fletcher works in our IT department with Dexter, and he's the one that when your computer starts acting up, you call him, he's Johnny on the spot. So we are happy that he's one employee of the month, as well as one operator, Darian Carter, and one maintenance employee, Alan Johnson. So we want to congratulate all of them.
All right, colleagues. This is the last meeting for one of our colleagues, Mr. Lincoln Saunders, who has been with us since the restructuring of our board. I thought this morning, local government work is tough. And I think only those who do it fully understand. We get crapped on a lot, not appreciated for the great things that are done. I know when Lincoln entered this 8 years ago, first time working with the mayor, I'm certain that on the first day, he wouldn't have thought that 4 of the 8 years would be as CAO. And I think the city of Richmond has come a long way. And you have been a part of the rebirth of GRTC, helping us through the end of COVID and then losing a CEO and finding another one right here amongst us, and working to make sure that we maximize our employees and extending routes and all the good stuff that we've been doing over the last couple of years. So don't know what your future is. You're young, so.
I am also retiring.
Yeah. I'm certain that we're going to see you out in the world, and this will be a part of your story. But I'm glad that we were able to share some time together, and we wish you well. Thank you for your service on the board.
Thanks.
Yes, Jim, read the resolution if you don't mind, sir.
Resolution for Lincoln Saunders for outstanding public service. Resolution of gratitude to Lincoln Saunders for service rendered as a board member of GRTC. Whereas Lincoln Saunders has served as a representative of Richmond, Virginia on the board of GRTC since April 2022, demonstrating a steadfast commitment to providing safe, efficient, sustainable, and equitable transportation for the region. Whereas Mr. Saunders has served as board member from 2022 through 2024, providing the leadership and vision necessary to guide the public transportation agency during a period of significant growth and innovation. Whereas during his tenure, Mr. Saunders was instrumental in supporting the adoption and continued local funding for fare-free transit, ensuring greater accessibility and affordability for Central Virginia communities. Whereas Mr. Saunders championed service expansion projects, including extending services to historically underserved communities, thereby improving mobility and equity across the region. Whereas Mr. Saunders also provided leadership during the implementation of microtransit link and the expansion of Route 1A, ensuring innovative and inclusive solutions for regional transit needs. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the GRTC Board of Directors, We hereby take this opportunity to express our profound gratitude and appreciation for Mr. Saunders' dedicated service, leadership, and many contributions to GRTC and the communities it serves. Be it further resolved that the chairman of GRTC provide a copy of this resolution to Mr. Lincoln Saunders, and it is hereby adopted on December 17th, 2024.
All right, motion been moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
Good job, Jim. Sign. Good job, Jim.
Good job.
I know you've given a lot of speeches. Do you want to say anything?
I'll be very brief just to say it's been a real pleasure serving on this board. It's one of our many accolades as a region of how we collaborate and work together. Ones I'm proudest of from the formation of CVTA, administrators from the region to put that legislation in place, and now seeing how it's evolved where we are all equally invested and partnered with GRTC as a region. So, and again, just lastly know that we're in very good hands with Cheryl and also with the service from the city.
Sure. Yep. Anyone else? Any comments about anything? All right. Well, I hope you all enjoy the holiday season, whatever that looks like for you and your families and your situation. And next time we see each other as a board, it'll be 2025. So we're looking forward to having a great story to tell as we continue to move forward. So happy holidays and meeting adjourned.